Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and yeah, I'm back already. Anyway, it was like what, 5 minutes, if that, separation. So yeah, I got my, I told you I got my cup. Now I went out and got the spoiler top, the little top on top for my spoiler review. That's right, that's right. Anyhow, dude, freaking, I am starving right now. I'm seriously so starving. But whatever, let's just do this, man. Let's do this. So, this movie, was it as good as Wonder Woman? Better. Mark Guerrero. It was better than Wonder Woman. Brie Larson is actually an actor, actress, whatever. She's actually an actor. She knows how to act. You know, the movie itself was good. The Wonder Woman movie, Patty Jenkins, she did an absolutely amazing job. But you got to understand, she did an absolutely amazing job with what she had. She stated very specifically she would not have picked Gal Gadot. She would not have been her first choice. She was, which means she wouldn't have freaking picked her. She absolutely would not have picked her. But that's what she was given. That's who she was given. She didn't have any say in the casting of that role. So it is what it is, you know. Yeah, she's beautiful. God, she's so beautiful, Gal Gadot, but she's not, she's good on Instagram, always doing the whole pics and things like that. That's great. That's great. She's young. She's having fun. That's awesome. But facts are facts. She's not a great actress. She's just not. I don't think that she's particularly empowering to women. The character is, but she herself, she is not. There's that. I was not impressed with her acting skill. And again, as I've said before, the one scene with the sniper who's not really a sniper says it all. There's all these, and they're guys. Go figure. They're all these guys, acting around her. It's like, oh, are you gonna, I'm just gonna quit the team because I wasn't able to save you guys with the sniper rifle. No, there's this, and you're not great at that, but whatever. We still want you here because whatever, and blah, 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 and all these things were going on. And then at the end, when he finally says, okay, maybe I'll stay, then she finally has one line like, hey guys, remember I'm in the movie? She says, but Charlie, yeah, I think it's Charlie was his name. But Charlie, who will sing for us? And it was a really cool moment. But let's be realistic. She had the final line. So that made it look like it was her scene. But that was not her damn scene. That was everybody else's scene. That was not her scene. She was terrible in that movie. And the villains here were actually believable. They were actually believable, unlike Ares with a mustache and that dumb voice. God, that was terrible. No, sorry. Wonder Woman was not a great movie. It wasn't. It was enjoyable. It was fun. I had no intentions of ever seeing it again. If it comes to Netflix, I have no intentions of seeing it again. This, I plan on going to see again. Just like with Aquaman, I plan on seeing this movie again. Bringing the family and everything. What do you call it? Not the kids, unfortunately, because there is that the one scene with the two scenes with Goose, who is actually a flirkin, and that was flirking awesome. Like that. It's a spoiler review, guys. It says it. It says it. Actually, it's this way. It says it. So, yeah, dude, that was just perfect. Like, wow, I love that they did that. Logan Jericho, how'd you feel about the Skrulls were done in the movie? I think that they were done exceptionally well. Also, I know the Skrulls are always placed as the ultimate bad guys and this, that, and the other thing, and the because we have an awesome character like Ronan the Destroyer, Ronan the Accuser, excuse me. We often side, as humans, we often side with the Kree. Plus, they have characters who look like us, the pink-skinned Krees, the white Kree as opposed to the blue. God, there's so much amazing history in Marvel Comics. There's a lot in DC also, but they actually they put it on display. And I was hoping they were going to get into that more. That's something that bothered me a little bit about the movie. I was really hoping that they were going to do something to the effect of, oh, hey, check it out. The Skrull were actually originally the good guys because they were. And it was the Kree who were actually the bad guys. It's the reason why the Skrulls became such a domineering, terrible, fearsome force throughout the galaxy was because of the battles, the wars that they've been having with the Kree. And the Kree 100% started that. The Skrulls had nothing but the purest of intentions, but the Kree were nothing but warlike, and it was 100% their fault. Over time, over the thousands of years they've been fighting that Kree-Skrull war, it is what it is. They're both bad at this point, but the Kree did 100% start that. And they were genocidal, homicidal, they were terrible creatures. So, there's that. Let's go up here some more. Jesus Tovar. Was I the only one that got Alpha Flight vibes when she was on the secret spaceship orbiting the space, orbiting space? No, I agree with you, because when I saw that too, I was like, nice. So I was thinking that maybe this could be used in the future. Well, it'll be used with her at least. I did like that. I like that it was hidden up there. It was in orbit. Oh, the thing where the thing where it's like, he's your scientist. when the girls were saying, oh, basic physics, it is basic physics. Make no mistake. As a former electrical engineer, it is basic physics. However, it's not their speciality. Even me, I don't even know that I would have known, would have paid attention to that, because in the standards of GPS, I work directly with GPS. We're only working with latitude, longitude. We're not working with height. We have no need to work with height. You know what I'm saying? But if you're talking about an actual grid location, even in the Army, I worked with grid locations. You have to. You have to work with maps. You're dealing with grid locations. 8-digit grid locations, or 8-digit grid coordinates, which will bring you within 10 meters of a target. You know what I'm saying? So, like, there's that. Yes, but it's also just horizontal and vertical. So there's never a question of elevation. There's never a question of elevation. You can see the contour lines on a map and go like, oh, I see 6 contour lines, so this hill is approximately 60 meters tall. That's how that works, by the way. And the way that a ridge looks, a hill looks, and all these different things. You go according to your knuckles. I was the only one in my unit in my platoon who, in my platoon, I was the only person out of 40 some odd people who actually passed that freaking map test. Like, I was the only one who passed that. That was when I left the full-time service and I went into the National Guard, and I was just so completely disheartened by the freaking National Guard. They do what they got to do. They do what they can, and they do some pretty doo-doo. They do perform some really good work, but the motivation simply isn't there. It's just facts. I was the only one. That was terrible. Anyhow, what do you call it? So pilots, and this is something that comes from what's his name now? He does Hawkman currently. He writes for Hawkman. Robert Venditti. Robert Venditti, in one of the final Green Lantern comic books that he did, brought this amazing point up. He's yelling at Zod. Hal Jordan is yelling at Zod, General Zod. He's like, you Army guys, you're so used to the idea of left, right, front, and back. You know what I'm saying? But in the Air Force, we're also used to up and down. We fight in 3D, so he's attacking from so many different angles that Zod can't comprehend what he's doing. He can't follow where all these attacks are coming from. It's not just from behind. There'll be things coming right in front of him, but with seeing things out the corner of his eye. Like, it was such an amazing scene. And it's like, yes, Hal Jordan can beat a Kryptonian, because he's that badass. It was such an incredible moment in the Green Lantern comic books before Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps ended. I think that was issue 46 or so. Maybe it was issue 47. I think it only went to 50 issues, and then that was it. It finished. But anyway, dude, that was, oh my God, such a great scene. And that's kind of what they look at it here. No, it's not that the women were awesome and all these other guys stuff. No. This guy's a scientist. He has the tools. He knows physics. He probably knows physics way better than these ladies, because that's what he does, amongst other things. But when you're not thinking along those lines, you're not using your imagination in that regards, that's not what he does. But that is exactly what these ladies do. They were in the Air Force. They're used to up and down. Also, elevation counts for them, while for most of the people in the world, elevation means almost nothing to us. You know what I'm saying? It's always about latitude and longitude. What do you call it? So it made perfect sense that they would know exactly where it was, and where it would make, for them it would be like, yeah, it's just physics. That's all it is. Yes, it is physics, but that's their speciality. It's not his. So that I didn't see that as a big, oh, feminism. I didn't see it as that at all. Not even the slightest bit. Mark Guerrero, what is going on? Anybody's having trouble with the video? Whoa. Y'all having trouble with the video? Let me scroll down a little bit and see if anybody else is having... is anybody else having problems with the video? Is it just Mark? Because I'm good with it if it's just Mark. Sorry, brother. Raven, what's going on, Raven? How you doing? Mark Guerrero, last year it was a battle of kings, Black Panther versus Aquaman. This year it's a battle of Captain Marvel. It's Captain Marvel versus Shazam. Dude, Shazam's got their work cut out for them. Plus, there's going to be a lot more humor in that. So it's good. Hopefully, it's going to be a very different movie. And I'm still looking forward to seeing that also. I'm hoping that's a movie that I can bring my kids to see. Seriously, because we just got rid of their old toothbrushes. They had, my 5-year-old had Iron Man. My 3-year-old had Spider-Man. We just got rid of them. Now my 5-year-old has Batman, and my 3-year-old has Superman. So it's like, we went from Marvel, now it's time for DC. I'm fair. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they've got all these costumes that they wear throughout the year. They love all the superheroes. And when I took them to see Into the Spider-Verse, right away. Because plus my kids are mixed. I hate that because I'm mixed, but I look all white, so who cares, right? But my kids are actually mixed. My wife is African, so not African American, not African Canadian. She's African. So with my kids, it's like they're half her, half me. So they're mixed. You know what I'm saying? But visibly mixed. So them being able to see a black Spider-Man for them, and he's mixed also, black and Latino. My wife loved that. She absolutely loved that. It's good. They're not going to grow up with just this. They're going to grow up with understanding that kids who look like them, can also be superheroes. So that's awesome. Yes, representation 100% counts. As a father of visibly mixed children, representation 100% does count. And that's for the ladies also. The Captain Marvel scene, where it was one scene. It looked like it was a whole bunch of different scenes. It was actually just one scene where they have her keep on getting back up. It was just all in one scene, and it went so damn perfectly. That I didn't think that was going to work, but when they put it all in one scene, that was the thing I was talking about in the non-spoiler review. That worked so well for me. I'm like, okay, I get it. Nice. It wasn't that her standing up 100. She was standing up 100 times. She was also standing up one last time, because that's what she does. It's the same thing that we always say. Toughness isn't about how many times you get knocked down. It's about how many times you get back up. And she personified that perfectly. I loved that. I was surprised the Skrulls were hood. Gravin Campbell, you're a trip. Comic Quirks, what's going on, brother? I just got back from watching it, and it was We're going to disagree on that one. Logan Jericho, I love what they did with the Skrulls, right? They didn't make them generic evil aliens, because that's what it looked like at first when I'm seeing them do the whole, and they were, I'm like, what are they, freaking zombies? What the hell is this? The Chitauri were somehow more interesting than this, but then later on, especially when they got into the, they were funny when Samuel L. Jackson was trying to see, how big is their junk? What does their junk look like? And then he looked awesome. This is perfect. This is freaking perfect. Wow, that was actually pretty good. But then when they followed up later, when they're actually in Monica Rambeau, and I can't remember her mom's name, but the Rambeau household, God, that was good. That was really good. It's somehow he went from he's the bad guy to actually, wow, he's the freaking good guy? Holy crap, I did not see that one coming. Where's the Super Skrull? Bring on not Clark, Clerk. Bring on Clerk. You know what I'm saying? Let's see it. Mark Guerrero, they turned Mar-Vell into a woman. Seriously, what was the point of that? Because she wasn't the most important thing in the world. Mar-Vell was not that important to the creation of Captain Marvel in this. I get it, dude. I really do. I don't have that issue anymore. I lost all those comic books in 2011, but I was able to purchase a book that I never had before, and that's The Death of Captain Marvel in a first print Marvel graphic novel issue #1, The Death of Captain Marvel. So I'm a huge Mar-Vell fan. I am. You know what I'm saying? But they made it a woman here. Why? Because it's an Easter egg. Mar-Vell wasn't supposed to be in the movie, right? Everybody was sitting there wondering, is Jude Law going to be Mar-Vell? Mar-Vell didn't really add too much to the movie, did she? Did she? Not that much at all. It wasn't the biggest deal in the world. It was just the idea of, spoiler, hey, guess what? He's actually in the movie. It's a girl, but you know what I'm saying? It was still somebody who was a mentor to her. It was still somebody who was important. So, like realistically, by having Mar-Vell in the movie, what did they do? They added the hero's journey. Boom! Done! So all the naysayers who are going to sit there and say, oh, you know what I'm saying, where's the hero's journey? Where's the hero's journey? The hero's journey was in there right in front of your freaking eyes, but they did it in such a really cool way. They added the hero journey in with a memory loss movie. I'm sorry, has anybody ever seen that before? Because I don't remember ever seeing that before, at least not done this way, where all that guidance was there the entire time, but she had to recall the guidance. It was all already there. And the idea of, we can take it back, you know, we gave it, we can take it back. No, you had nothing to do with it. You had nothing to do with it. She was the most powerful thing you've ever seen before. And you know, trying to, like, they were gaslighting her. Think about that. And aren't women oftentimes gaslighted? Gaslit, would you say? Anyway, so that was good. And again, it wasn't a guy doing it to her, was it? So, perfect. Perfect. I loved the way that they did that. The hero's journey was here, man. What else could you possibly ask for? This is what all the naysayers always say. Where's the hero's journey in this? It's right there in front of your eyes, dude. Enjoy. It's waiting for you to open up and pay attention. Let's see. It was because the woman. It's because it was the woman version of Black Panther. I guess that's one way. It didn't feel needed. Hopefully, what I explained changes your mind. Let's see. Let's go up a little bit. Comic Corks. Monica had more of a feeling of Riri Williams. Oh no, I agree. I agree. She really did, and I loved that also. You know, here's the thing. I love Riri Williams, so that's where I'm coming from. Yes, she did, and I loved it. She did have that feeling like she's going to go on to do something special. Even if we never see her again, she's going to go on, hopefully, to do something special. She's going to dream big. She's going to believe that she can fly. And like, what else is there? You know, when you think about, let's all try and remember back when we were kids. When someone would say, what's the coolest superpower? If you could have one superpower, what would you have? Pretty much all of us, we struggle with, would it be flight or super strength or this, that, or the other thing, you know, heat vision or something like that. You know, would you rather have blasts out your eyes or blasts out of your hands? It's like, oh, well, with eyes you'd never miss, so we should probably take eye. Like, we would think about it like it was, like this was algebra. We'd be thinking about this like this was a serious subject. And don't get me wrong, fellow geeks, it is. It's a serious subject. That being said, flight was always one of the biggest things in the world. You know? God, listening to Andre from, what was it? The Midnight's Edge podcast that they do. I love that channel, but in this particular case, Andre was way off. His opinions just so wrong on this, in my own personal opinion. Oh my God, they made her as powerful as Superman. No, I didn't see her as being as powerful as Superman. I think that Superman would still destroy her. That's what Superman does. But she'd put up a good fight, and that's all I would want to see. You know what I'm saying? Plus, you look at, like, what did they do with Superman in the damn Justice League movie? He's faster than the Flash, so what's the purpose of the Flash? Completely made that character useless, you know? He made all the characters useless. He went total, what's the male version of Mary Sue? he went total Mary Sue and just like, oh, I'm the most powerful thing. You people all suck, and you would die without me. Like, wow, man, wow, thanks. Thanks for completely making it. Like, how is this a Justice League movie? It was Justice League movie up until the very end where Superman came back, and then suddenly it's Man of Steel Part 2. So there's that. There's that. Here, it's just a ridiculously powerful character. When she destroyed that one Kree warship, I was thinking to myself, yeah, she probably did that a lot faster than what Thor would have done. But at the same time, look at where most of Thor's powers are. Well, they're in the hammer. But now think about this. How is Thor, Thor's coming of age any different than Captain Marvel's coming of age? Their awakenings, right? We know Thor as being the god of thunder, but most of his powers come from Mjolnir. And what happened in Thor Ragnarok? We realized that the power is actually within him. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't need a hammer. Then all of a sudden the next Infinity War movie, whatever, Infinity War comes out, and it's like, oh no, he needs a hammer because people aren't going to be happy without the hammer. It's like, let's call it Stormbreaker. I'm like, don't call it Stormbreaker because I want Beta Ray Thor to come. Don't do the freaking Stormbreaker name. Just don't do that. Call it, Oakenwood or something like that. I don't care. Just don't call it that. Please call it Mjolnir 2. Just don't do that. Anyway, yeah, it was pretty much the same thing. She had to break free of her shackles. You know what? The Grant Morrison Green Lantern comic book that just came out. I put up that review earlier today, technically yesterday now. I put up that review, and I'm sitting here watching the part where she's trying to get rid of the bracers, and then we realize it's more than that. She had to get rid of the chip and all that stuff. And it's like, oh yeah, this reminds me of that episode that issue where he has to break free of all the shackles. Oh, you're going to keep the shackles on you and stuff like that. This is a total spoiler review. Go and check out the comic book. It was really good. You know what I'm saying? It was a really good comic book. The latest Green Lantern. I think it was issue 5. I've got it down there. I just don't feel like going down there and tearing through my freaking fat stack of comics. But go check that out. Love Tattles warning Fury about Goose. Oh, all of that, dude. Like when they sat there, they did Jesus Tovar. When they did that threat analysis, it was just like, wait, what's going on? Here, somebody, I can't remember who, but somebody in the non-spoiler review asked me what's my least favorite part of the movie. My least favorite part is where they seem to have changed the continuity a bit, or the history of S.h.i.e.L.D. and Nick Fury a little bit. Nick Fury, from my understanding of everything that happened in the previous movies, specifically Captain America 2, Winter Soldier, he started off as the man. Oh, I love freaking Siri. Shut up. I don't know what I said that got you turned on, but you better shut your mouth. What do you call it? He's in here. He started off, or at least he was here as a level 3. Why exactly is Nick Fury working his way up the levels? Why is there anybody of a higher rank than him? According to Captain America Civil War, it seemed as though he and the guy there, the Robert Redford character, like they actually started S.h.i.e.L.D. together. Like they created S.h.i.e.L.D. together. It didn't seem like just Fury, had to come up through the ranks. So that bothered me a little bit. When he flashed his security clearance and it was level 3, I'm remembering that Coulson was like level 8 or something like that originally, in the first Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. episode. Like, what the frick is going on? Welcome to level 8 or something like that. Like, hello? So I was not a fan of that at all. I didn't like that. But anyway, it was just like one part of the movie. My favorite part of the movie? Can't say I had a single favorite part of the movie. I genuinely liked so much of this movie. There were some really great scenes on here. But, I don't know, I guess in many ways the best part of the movie was probably when she was screaming at the Supreme Intelligence. I was really kind of hoping to see that big marshmallowy goop, the black ooze, whatever Dungeons and Dragons reference you want to make, with the stringy hair and the big face, the green body. I was really hoping to see something like that, the comic book version of the Supreme Intelligence. Really hoping for that, but we didn't get that. That's okay. This was actually good enough. I'm down with it. Making an AI, I guess that's close enough to the comic book version. Whatever. I did like the idea of them doing the comic book origin, the original comic book origins, to a strong degree of the of Captain Marvel's origins, Carol Danvers' origins. They that whatever that thing was, that device, the star drive, whatever it was, that was that version of the Psyche magnetron. So they didn't go with the new Margaret Stoll version, which I actually like. The idea, it makes more, it genuinely, to me, it makes a lot more sense. The idea that she's actually half Kree, half human. Here they just went with for the most part, the original version, where the Psyche magnetron exploded and imprinted some of Mar-Vell's DNA on her. Well, I don't know that it did that. Maybe it was still part of Mar-Vell's DNA that went onto her. Maybe it's just the idea of this, because it did seem to make her part Kree, because now she has blue blood. Because I remember I was really confused when she was in the plane and she's getting up and it's like the red blood was coming. I was like, well, what happened? Did she become a blue-blooded American? Like, what's going on? Like, how come her blood is blue in the beginning of the movie and now it's red later in the movie, which is actually a prequel part, but what's going on? But it all made sense, and I loved that. That was really cool. So maybe that was actually it was definitely one of my favorite scenes. The whole wondering what the heck Goose was, and when he finally got revealed as a Flurkin awesome. Flurkin awesome, dude. What else do we have here? Better than Wonder Woman. Okay, we saw 2 different movies. I guess so, Abba Green. Wonder Woman was a really good movie, but unfortunately had Gal Gadot in there. That's cool. That's cool. And Gal Gadot did not hold down that movie. She simply didn't. And yeah, my opinions. Comic quirks. I absolutely loved how they incorporated immigration politics into the movie. I didn't like politics. I normally don't like politics in movies, but this was well represented. Maybe you were looking for that. I didn't really notice immigration politics for myself. I wasn't looking for it. So I didn't notice. That kind of just right over my head. Raven, whoever gets the rank first is the senior. Whoever gets their rank first is the senior. You're right. Time in as that rank matters. Yes, I remember I achieved the rank of specialist at the same time as as 2 other guys achieved the rank of specialist, just for whatever reason. They were kind of screw ups. They missed a lot of days, whatever. And when we all achieved specialist, they technically had like a year in more than I did. But we all got promoted at the exact same time. And that's one of those automatic, those first 4 ranks up to E4, those are automatic ranks. I mean, unless you're going with Corporal, that's a different story. But as a specialist, Spec 4, those are supposed to be automatic. But somehow they didn't, for whatever reason, they screwed up and they didn't get their ranks on time. And I got my E4 at the same time they got theirs. So they were like really pissed off, and it's like, well, we still outrank you because we got more time in. And like, no, you do not outrank him because you all got your Spec 4s at the same time. And of course, I looked it up and asked people who know better still than than our squad sergeant, but still, yeah, that was actually a pretty big surprise. But you're right, Raven. Mark Guerrero. Most of what I heard about the movie has been average, not bad, but nothing special. That's fine. I think that unfortunately, myself included, there's a few people who have said that, but most of the people I've seen, I felt that they had an agenda in their hearts, while they were talking about all that stuff. People who didn't see the movie but already didn't like it, which it baffles me. But yeah, for me, this had nothing of that Ghostbusters, reboot vibe. Nothing at all to me. Zeki Dust, what's up? Mark Guerrero, Super Skrull needs to be saved for Fantastic Four. I'm not going to disagree. Mark Guerrero, hopefully the Green Lantern Corps film learns from the mistakes of the from the first Green Lantern film in this movie. Yeah, I always want them to be better. Let's be honest. Oh, I'd go with super speed. Seriously, the Flash can do a lot with just super speed. So you want speed force, not just super speed. You want speed force. Um, oh, there was a Frozen 2 trailer. I didn't know that Frozen 2 was coming out, so that was a surprise for me. I don't actually care, but you know, people who care. The Dark Phoenix thing came up. I saw the trailer once before. I wasn't impressed. Now seeing it again in the movie theater, where I'm like a captive audience and not just watching it while I'm reading a comic book and watching on my computer screen. Yeah, this was a little different for me. This was a little different for me. I'm seeing down there Logan Jericho favorite line in the movie. Throw some lines at me because I don't I'm not thinking I didn't think of anything like that. Trying to remember the lines. But anyway, yeah, the Dark Phoenix thing. Why did they're literally just remaking X-Men 3, which was the hands down worst of the films. Even X-Men Origins at least made, you know, Wolverine at least made more sense than X3. So I don't know what the heck that was about. Sans the tied up mouth Deadpool thing. Anyhow, mouth sewed shut. Let's be honest, everyone. Ghost is going to be the one to. Dude, if that happened, I would not even be upset. I would not even be upset. Hey, did anybody go to, what is the name of the channel? comicbookmovie.com. They actually have somebody who posted on Twitter one of the potential scripts for X-Men, Avengers Endgame, so Avengers Part 4, when Bree actually joins the Avengers team and they're about to go off into space to go after Thanos. They actually typed in all of that they remembered about that from that script. He read the script. He didn't see it actually being performed. So that was actually interesting. If you guys are interested, comicbookmovie.com. Zeki Dust, the Tesseract confused me. Howard Stark found it in the 50s. How did Dr. Lawson get it? Yeah, I don't know. I know that's a really good question, especially with that end credits or the after credit scenes. Yeah, that was really weird. I didn't understand that, but that was, yeah, like, why did they have the Tesseract? That was really kind of out of continuity, right? They lost it in the 50s. They couldn't find it, so why was it all of a sudden up on that ship? Here's a question. They lost it, and, or actually, no, Howard Stark had it. Howard Stark found the Tesseract, but they didn't find Captain America and his shield. So, if he had it, the question is, how did it get up there on that ship? So apparently, Dr. Lawson, yeah, found that and, you know, had something to do with it. I don't know. That was the 50s, and this is the 90, like 1990, 1992, something like that. I think this is supposed to be 1992. So yeah, that's the question really. How did she somehow get it? We don't know. We don't know the continuity of that. So maybe there'll be another movie where they actually explain that. That would be cool. I wouldn't complain about that. Mark Guerrero, great to see Coulson back in the movies. Stopped watching Agents of S.h.i.e.l.d. after season 1. Wasn't bad, nothing special. Plus, a lot of DC shows started coming out. True. But season 5 and 6 of Agents of S.h.i.e.l.d., consider going back and watching those because absurdly amazing. No right for a single TV show to be that freaking amazing. They blew everything else out of the water with season 4 and 5, and I can't wait for 6 and 7. And news is they're going to stop after 7. That's it. They're done. So anyway, yeah, is what it is. Let's see. Oh, Coulson. Yeah, Coulson looked good. I wish he was in the movie more, but I guess I get it. Whatever. I don't think that these people in charge of Mar-Vell, like Kevin Feige and whatnot, understand just how much we love Coulson. Coulson's the man, dude. Coulson's the freaking man. Dude, the special effects in this movie were top notch. I genuinely believe that this movie should get an Oscar or whatever the hell there are for the special effects. Anything else, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't really care. But they should definitely get a special effects for the an Oscar for the special effects. And what's the best special effect they did besides all the incredible ships and the crazy makeup and all this stuff? The CGI on Samuel L. Jackson's face. I believed Like like if I didn't know better, I'd believe it if somebody told me, actually, he filmed this all of these scenes 20 years ago, man. Yeah, can you believe it? 30 years ago, whatever it was. He filmed all of these 30 years ago, not realizing what they were actually going to use all this stuff for. I'd probably be like, doesn't make any sense, but yeah, like the proof is right there. He's obviously 30 years younger. Like, wow, man. Wow. Absolutely. I believe that he was 30 years younger. I forgot how old he actually looks. So there's that. That was good. I'm most excited about the Hellboy reboot. Oh yeah, I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna see it. Favorite line in the movie? Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, throw something at me. Mark Guerrero, X-Men Origin movies was complete crap. Last Stand was decent. I'm going to disagree because the first half of X-Men Origins Wolverine was actually pretty good. It was a pretty solid movie. I saw it in theaters. I thought it was a pretty solid, fairly solid in the first half. I mean, they had Heather Hudson. They had the Hudsons in it, and they had all these different characters in it. They had the Blob at one point, which actually, the Fred Dukes thing, they actually didn't make it. He's like, hey, Bub, why'd you call him Blob? I didn't. Like, there was a couple of cool parts in there. I'm not going to complain. Gambit didn't exactly look good, but he played the part really well. There was at least some savorable things in there, aside from Angel flying and how good Angel looked in the third X-Men movie. What else was good about that movie? Honestly, I didn't think anything was good in that movie besides the two scenes where Angel showed his wings and was flying around. Didn't see anything else good there. Power to the people. What's going on, man? Woke up just in time. Comic Quirks. Nick Fury started S.h.i.e.l.d. but didn't believe in aliens. Yeah, that makes sense. If there was no proof of them, then why would you believe in something without proof? Just there's that. Raven, S.h.i.e.l.d. probably lent it to him for experiments. Jesus, the post-credit scene was amazing. Where the Fury line got me all excited. Yeah, where's Fury? Like, that was actually really good. But I really liked the idea they were all trying to get that communications device to work. The advanced beeper, the modified beeper. I thought that was awesome. Well, make the signal go out again. Like, we don't know if this is going to go out. We don't even know what it's for. Fury knew what it was for. So, boom, if Fury was trying to do it, make this thing work. I thought that was great. It showed something, It shows how she meets up with them. I thought that was good. I had zero complaints about that. Anyone else think it's weird that Black Widow is now getting a movie when all the other Phase 1 heroes trilogies are over and the other heroes are well into theirs? Well, what if she was the reason why, we were just talking about this, what if she's the reason why the Tesseract ended up in the hands of Professor Lawson, Dr. Lawson? So I don't know. I honestly, as far as I'm concerned, when they said that they're going to make a Black Widow movie, the only thought in my head was it's about damn time, because they should have made a Black Widow movie a while ago. Definitely should have. Let's see. Mark also says, not saying that in a bad way. I have a feeling when it's finally happening practically because of Wonder Woman's success. I agree. Wolverine Origins is a hilarious train wreck. Yeah, towards the end. Kelsey Grammer was great as Beast, though. Okay, I'll give you that. He was actually really good as Beast. I couldn't imagine anybody else playing him, including the guy who's playing him now. Wow, so end? That's the end? We don't have any other things to talk about? Okay, sure, man. Sure, I'll go, because I'm just saying, I got some food in the fridge. It's 3:35 in the a.m. for me. Wife is going to be home for the first half of the day tomorrow, so I'm good. And yeah, I'm good. So I'm going to bounce. I'm going to take my cup. I'm going to go wash this puppy out. I'm going to go on ahead and hang this thing up. Actually, I'm just going to put her right over here. Come here, Brie. A very well-deserved superhero. She's freaking awesome. And you know what? I'm going to put her right next to my Wonder Woman. I got the little Wonder Woman also. Yep, I'm going to put her right next to Wonder Woman. So I got Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Brie Larson. Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers. What is this? Jason Aaron's Avengers. What about Jason Aaron's Avengers? He's awesome there. Slime Beharit. What's up? As the Screen Junkie said, it's like a Phase 1 movie in Phase 3. That said, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, because it was an origin movie. But Doctor Strange felt that way also for me. It's like, I thought they were done with the origin movies, you know? But I'm okay with it. They did an origin story for Doctor Strange. That felt like it belonged in Phase 1 also. And so did this. Yes, I agree. But I'm okay with it. It's been so... Does anybody remember when Kevin Feige was like, oh, we're not going to do any more origin movies? And it's like, then Doctor Strange came out. It's like, what, you mean starting now? Well, apparently not. Maybe starting now? Plus, when they introduced the Eternals, and they're going to introduce the Eternals in Phase 4, there's not going to be an origin story for the Eternals? Because I think that's going to be kind of important. They should have stopped X-Men movies at Logan. Deadpool 2 was disappointing. I thought it was okay. Whatever. Young Justice number 3, Superman is now a damn grandpa. He technically is. Oh my God, so is, what's his name? Luther, if you think about it. And which one is the mom? Take care, Professor. Breck Warren says, like you, I'm a stay-at-home dad. Nice. And my wife is off tomorrow, so I get to sleep in a bit. That is the best feeling in the world, isn't it? Mark, I've still got comic book reviews to do, so I don't have any material to put out tomorrow. This is technically my material for tomorrow. This and the non-spoiler reviews. So now I need to stay up and read at least a couple of comic books and put them out. Maybe Feige's just talking about Spider-Man. Have fun watching these streams, Professor. I'm glad you do. I'm very glad you do. Captain Marvel absorbs energy. Could she absorb gamma radiation and turn Hulk back into Banner? She doesn't. She's not a leech. She's not a siphon. She absorbs what's thrown at her. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the same thing with Bishop. I never see Bishop, touching somebody and sucking energy out of them. Hulk can do that in the comic books. She's more like a receptor. Something gets shot at her, and mind you, she still suffers blowback from it. So if you shoot her with an energy that she can absorb, she still goes flying back. You know what I'm saying? Because when energy transfers, sorry, I'm going into physics here. When energy transfers, first law of thermodynamics, energy doesn't die. It just first law, second law. Second law is of entropy. Conservation of energy is in... Okay, so the conservation of energy and then entropy. So yes, second law of thermodynamics. Energy doesn't die, it just takes on a lesser form. So when you blast somebody with some kind of energy, she can't absorb physical, hits, but anything like energy-based besides physical energy, she will absorb it. But when it gets transferred into heat and things like that, heat is apparently something that she could possibly absorb, but she can't absorb the physicality of it. So the blowback, yeah, and the sound, when it gets transferred into sound also, she's going to hear that and it could hurt her ears, but she'll absorb it, but she'll still get knocked back. It'll be like, bam! Oh, I feel better. So there's that. Brevin, my Nerd Club member, said that Marvel will never do a gay superhero movie. What do you think? 100% disagree. I absolutely promise you they are going to do a gay movie. And I'm not saying a gay movie. Actually, no, they might actually do a gay movie. I want you to, seriously think about this. When they did Black Panther, pretty much everything about that movie was black. The directors, the costume designers, the locations, all of that stuff. They really made sure there was an African-American feel to that movie. That's one of the reasons why it's not just like, oh, New Jack City, wow, that was a cool movie, Wesley Snipes and a bunch of other black people in it. No, it wasn't the same. Can't forget Mario Van Peebles. It's not like, I don't know, whatever other movie you're going to talk about. No, this was an entirely different movie where it actually appealed. It was a black movie, not just a black movie not just a movie with black actors in it. Same thing with This one, like most of the songs were female-centric songs. Almost everything, like there was a huge female presence in this movie. You know, where women, even if they were playing supporting actors, they were still important supporting actors. So there's that. As far as like an actual gay movie, I don't know how many movies have been made with gay actors and, you know, mostly gay actors, mostly gay crew, mostly gay whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But yes, I do believe that Marvel would absolutely do something like that. And cool. Make no mistake, all of these things, like, they're just, it's just people trying to make money off of, you know, it's like people's identities somehow become a money-making thing. I have no problem with being critical of Marvel and Disney and anybody who does stuff like that. It's all just marketing ploys, and unfortunately they are using it for, they're not even using it as identity politics to get an issue across or an agenda across. They're doing it because they know it's going to make money. You know what I'm saying? They're willing to try pretty much anything to see if they can, you know, make a cash cow into something. Hey, people get the social justice issues that they want, and you know what I'm saying? And the companies themselves get to make a lot of money. Everybody wins, right? So there's that. Yes, I definitely believe they're going to do something like that. And guess what? There's probably going to be some kind of an actor who is gay, actor, actress, whatever, from the LGBTQ community, and that actor is going to say something to the effect of, you know what, I don't care if a straight white man, you know, has to say about the L word, okay, the L word, because it doesn't appeal to you. It wasn't made for you. And people are going to get offended and boycott the movie. It's going to happen, and whatever, man, whatever. So anyway, what is this? Next week, Bane comes to Gotham. Sweet! This is some great material for tomorrow. Oh, your podcast, awesome. Comic Quark, Silver Surfer absorbed Hulk's radiation and cured Bruce, but the Hulk still came back. Same thing happened when Red Hulk did it. Yes, that happened a lot. They did a Deadpool movie. Who is Pan? Awesome, power to the people. I want a Hulk. Oh yes, a TV show where he runs a casino that villains go to. Oh God, yes, please. I love Grey Hulk, and Mr. Fix-It is just the epitome of that. Let's see here. Jesus Tovar. Wonder how many times her and Ronan will cross paths until he died. I don't know. But yeah, it does leave something for part 2, right? Jesus, since he saw her as a weapon, right? Mark Guerrero could care less if they cast a gay actor in... Oh yeah, they're going to make a gay actor in Eternals. Just get a good actor. NPH is gay, and I don't know who that is. Plays nothing but hetero characters, and he's great. Cool. Yeah, I'm down with it. Heck, think of all the actors, the straight actors who played gay characters. Sean Penn played played Harvey Milk in Milk. That was a hard one to watch because I'm not gay, and seeing all of that, it felt like watching gay porn. And again, I'm not gay, so that just did not appeal to me. Like, I just turned that out. Like, after so much face kissing and all this, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna have to turn this one off. Sorry, can't watch the end of this movie, and that sucks for me because I really wanted to know more about Harvey Milk. So I just looked him up on the internet. And it was a very influential character, totally awesome human being. Can't watch your movie, bro. Sorry. I did have her watch Brokeback Mountain, only once. Couldn't watch that again. Like the one scene where it just like, whoa, that was just a bit too much. Sorry. I don't expect gay people to watch, you know, straight porn. Don't expect me to watch gay porn. It's not me, dude. It's not my thing. So, but these were also all straight actors. You know what I'm saying? Who I think killed it. Would have been better if they had gay actors, maybe, but I'm just more interested in them having good characters. So there's that. But again, it's not my issue, so I have no right defending it. I have no right anything. I'm just here, and I'm just watching stuff. You know what I'm saying? Show me a good movie, I'll watch it. Slime Beharit. Yep, YouTube creators got to make their rage bucks. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. And it's funny that most of those guys are the people who are too afraid to show their faces. Why? Is it because you know when someone's lying and full of crap because you can see their facial tics? Imagine that. Comic Corks, how do you think Bendis is doing overall at DC? Overall, not great. So there's that. I don't think that he's doing great right now. For whatever reason, I'm not a fan of anything that he's doing with Superman right now. I gave it such an honest try, but what else we got here? You know, a lot of this stuff is probably stuff for the podcast where I can just talk about whatever. Most people are going to want to know stuff about Captain Marvel in here, so I'm going to try and stay on point. Sorry, guys. One of the characters. Yes, I watched it, Mark Herrero. Watched the movie yesterday. It was very entertaining. Had some bad scenes, but great scenes. Kelvin said, not the best MCU movie, but it was fun. No, Winter Soldier's the best movie. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, Winter Soldier's absolutely the best movie in the Marvel, in the MCU. 100%. I'll fight that to the T. You know, I don't even know what the T is, but if I see the T, I'll be like, I'm fighting until I get to there. Because, yeah, and then I rest, because fighting is a lot of energy. Everybody thinks I'm going to whoop somebody's ass, and then they get like a minute into the fight. Like you are sucking wind, and I know how that feels, dude. Wow. Anyhow, so I will fight to that T. Captain America Part 2, Winter Soldier was amazing. Civil War was great. Black Panther was great. The Infinity War was great. There were a lot of really great movies. The first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. The second one, for the most part, too, especially that ending. Oh, hell yeah. I just saw Captain, and I will forget it. Sorry to hear that, Loki of Asgard. But I've noticed something in my life. Never trust Loki of Asgard. I can't wait to see you on your new TV series, though. That should be fun on the Disney streaming service. I'm really looking forward to seeing Loki in that TV show he's going to be doing. That looks like it's going to be awesome. Just from the description they've given of it. It's basically going to be Loki in Quantum Leap. Sign me up, babe. Just, you know what? Just take my freaking money. What do you call it? Let's see. Mark Herrero, Bendis undid all the stuff. Okay, sorry. How do you think Captain Marvel will do in the MCU? I don't know. I don't know what the question referenced, like, as far as movies. How do you think we'll do it, like, money-wise? I don't know. I think it's going to do perfectly fine. Good movie. Not MCU top 5, but that bar is really high. I agree, Macula Korea. 100% agree. That bar is exceptionally high. Plus, there's the nostalgia of the original Iron Man. I mean, like, hot damn, dude. Because most of us, I mean, think about it. Anybody who went to see Iron Man in movie theaters, we went in seeing that not too long after Daredevil was just in the movie theaters, right? And not the director's cut. I like the director's cut. Sue me, all right? But I liked it. You know what I'm saying? No, the original Daredevil. Like, a great soundtrack and stuff like that, but for the most part, I'm like, this movie just doesn't feel right. It's just weird, man. It's just weird. Director's cut, awesome, but the movie itself is like, okay, whatever. And then Elektra came out, and it's like, what the hell? I saw the little poster for Elektra. I'm like, oh my God, Elektra gonna do an Elektra movie. That's great. It's gonna be amazing. And nope, stupid me. It was not amazing. It sucked. And not too long later, like, you know, what else came out? There was a couple other things that came out that weren't great either. And then all of a sudden, Iron Man's like, let's go see Iron Man because, you know, the Hulk, the original Hulk movie, right? The Ang Lee Hulk movie. It's like, all right, he did Brokeback Mountain. Or no, he did Brokeback Mountain after that. No, he did Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. It's like, this should be awesome. It's like, is that a gamma irradiated poodle? What the flurkin am I looking at here? What the hell's going on? So, but then all of a sudden, Iron Man came out, and it's like, oh yeah, this should be fine, whatever. Oh my God, this is like making Jurassic Park and realizing that you can continue making Star Wars movies again. That's how good Iron Man was. It's like, damn. So, what do we got here? Knights of Old, just saw it and liked it. Hopefully, they get a better director for Captain Marvel too. Wow, Mark, you are just. Oof, you are on fire trying to hurt this movie, dude. Like I said, I liked it. I thought the direction was great. Just got home from seeing the movie, loved it. Vince Yanez gets it. Mark, Captain America only consistently great MCU trilogy. I will agree with that. Although the second half of the first Avenger movie, not so great. It was okay. It was better than okay. But like that first half of the Captain America, the first Avenger movie, ah, my God, that was just amazing. That scene, like where he gets the flag, I'm like, dude, no, that's my Captain America. That is my Captain America. Subam, what's up, dude? Can we talk the ending? Yeah, talk about the ending. Just finished watching the movie 8 minutes ago. Sweet. Talk about the ending, dude. This is spoilers, baby. Comic Quirks, Guardian 1 was the best Marvel movie. What? You know what? Talking to you, like it's like talking to my buddy Ahmed. He loves Guardians of the Galaxy 1 better than Captain America Winter Soldier. But I'm more of a Winter Soldier is better than Guardians 1. So there's that. Sorry, no, I thought Winter Soldier was the best. But no, I hear you. I hear you. Guardians was, and it had some boring parts. It seemed like every act of Captain Marvel had a slow, moppy scene. I liked them. Character building, dude. Raven, Iron Man always cracks me up because Tony Stark disliked Robert Downey Jr. in the comic books. Trying to remember which comic books that was. Was that the actual Iron Man comic books? There was a series that I missed on. Actually, there were 2 series that I missed on Iron Man. Knights of Old. Stan with Mallrat script was awesome. Somebody was mentioning that in the previous video. Yes. Actually, it was Dark Knight Nation. Yes. That, if I was paying attention to it, that would have been freaking awesome. Macula, I want Spider-Man watching a Flerken laying eggs. Mark Guerrero, what's the worst Catwoman movie or the Elektra movie? I say Elektra, at least Catwoman changed the character's name. Elektra just messed up the character. No. I believe that the Catwoman movie was worse because at least Elektra felt like Elektra. I don't know what the hell Catwoman was all about. It was just about, I'm half naked, I'm Halle Berry. Let's just whip. She was whipping that thing like she was just doing one of these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell are you doing? My God, what the hell was this? Like seeing Sean Young come out on TV with the Catwoman suit. Like, what am I watching here? What am I watching here? That's right. I went there. I was here. I went there. Comics work. Guardians 2 is greater than Guardians 1. Slime Barrett. GTFO, man. What you talking about? The ending was definitely like the best of the endings. But, nah, man. Guardians 1 was better than Guardians 2. Come on now. Vince, I was grinning through the whole movie. It was a grin-worthy movie, absolutely. Although Mark probably thinks it's a grimace-worthy. Captain America Winter Soldier is the best MCU film. Only problem is that it doesn't focus on enough on the Winter Soldier. I thought it did. Kelfin, loved the Stan Lee pictures, the Mar-Vell logo at the beginning. Knights of Old, Winter as probably the best. Comic work, don't get me wrong, Winter Soldier was fantastic, but Bardian, see it? You can't even spell it right, so don't tell me it's better. I'm messing with you. I understand. You're trying to type in fast. I understand. And there's the delay anyway. But Guardians was the perfect balance of funny and action. Winter Soldier was all the way, all the way through, but didn't give up the name. There was the Winter Soldier. Sorry, my ear just like suddenly went to ringing noise. So that's oof. Slime Barrett, CBU. I'm talking about the truth. You talking about the truth? Are you saying the truth, or is that an initialization that I should be paying attention to? The ring under Flerken. I don't know. Wait, TRU. What is Toys R Us? Toys R Us fun. I don't know. Loki, can't believe that cat scared Nick Fury's feelings for life. Scarred his feelings for life. Right? like that bugged me. That's the part that actually did bug me about the movie. It's like Nick Fury losing his eye was supposed to be a big thing. I trusted somebody once. and I lost my eye. You know what I'm saying? Like that should have been something you made. And instead, it was the Flurkin. It was Goose. Like that. Come on now. That's something that didn't have to be made into a joke. That could have been something really serious. But whatever. Fine. You wanted to make it into a freaking joke instead. Fine. You know. Congratulations, Marvel. Yeah. See, I can be critical of the movie. There were some things that just didn't have to happen. Anyway. It was around time that Tony was getting straight after the bottle storyline. Oh, Robert was in rehab, and Tony said Robert was wasting that. That was back then. I must have read that then and just forgotten about it. If that was not too long after the Demon in the Bottle storyline. Yeah, I've read those issues. Like literally, I've read all of those issues. So I've read that, and I guess I just forgot about it. Good call, dude. Really good call. But then again, you've also got a memory like a freaking sieve. It's just like information. You're like Alex Trebek's worst nightmare. So, and hopefully Alex Trebek pulls through. Mark, back in the 90s when Michelle Pfeiffer was still doing the Catwoman movie, they had a good script, but the studio wanted Sarah Michelle Gellar to play Catwoman. Love Buffy, but can't see her as the Cat. Really? They wanted Sarah Michelle Gellar to do it? Whatever, she probably could have. Slime Barrett. Yeah, I was just saying truth in a funny way. Okay, cool. I kid. There's no true opinions. I was just messing around. No, I hear you. I'm just playing around too. I'm just having fun with it. Comics Course, he said, Goose, I trust you, so I guess it works. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it kind of does. It's like, let's just, it was more like checking a box as opposed to anything else. Vince, the stand opening on the train got me in the feels. The train part, dude, like the opening scene was like whatever. For me, it was just whatever. I had like a, whatever moment. But like I said in the non-spoiler review, if you saw that scene where she moves the paper, the script, and sees Stan, and he looks up and smiles, and she looks down and smiles back, let me tell you something. You are Bill Maher. If you did not love that scene, you are Bill Maher. Congratulations. Knights of Old, they should have mentioned Invaders, or at least Cap when Fury brainstorming the Avengers. Would have been nice. Mark Guerrero, Sarah Michelle Gellar would have made a good Captain Marvel. I think that Brie Larson did an absolutely amazing job. She pulled this off, dude. She really pulled this off. This was a really solid movie. Like, of course, the mistakes were made, but little things that don't actually affect her character or anything like that. She felt like a character who, again, went through the hero's journey. She dealt with a lot of crap. She dealt with a lot of naysayers and things like that. Like, this is something that I try to avoid with my son. We were out, there's ice outside. It's not so much snow anymore, it's ice. And I couldn't climb up the side of a hill. When I picked up my oldest from school today, he's like, I want to go sledding. And I didn't really feel like going sledding. I did not feel like I'm not going to sled, but I'm going to stand there and watch them. And I just did not feel like doing that, But at the same time, I'm thinking, it's spring now. Snow's not going to be here for much longer, you know what I'm saying? So, fine, let's go back home, let's get the sled, and then let's go out to one of these little snow mounds, and, where the snow plows push all the snow up, because my boys are just 5 and 3, so that is a freaking, something that's my height or a little bit taller than my height, that's a freaking mountain to them. So they went out there and they're climbing, and the whole time I'm just like, dude, I'm thinking to myself, you're not going to be able to climb up that. But I didn't tell them that. I didn't say, I wanted to because I was just tired and I just wanted to go home and sit down and chillax, but I let them just try, and my oldest son actually did get to the top. So I was dead wrong, and I could just imagine, what if I'd said no to him? What if I'd said no? He would, in some ways, he'd always be wondering if he could have climbed that mountain, So when we also think about the differences between boys and girls, when we talk about, oh, yeah, man, boys just, hold in those tears. Boys don't cry. And girls, oh, just let it out. And the different ways we treat, boys and girls, like guys, yeah, stay out all late. Oh, You going? Did you get laid? If a girl came home and was like, "Yeah, Dad, so I was with this boy." Whoa, 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 whoa! What are you doing? Like, why the huge double standards? Why the huge double standards? So, however bad that we are with the boys, it's like it's always worse with the girls, and that showed here. They didn't go into it. They could have gotten a lot worse with the father. Like her father, she in the comic books, Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers never got along good with her father. That was part of the only real origin story that we understood from her, is that people didn't want to see her succeed. They didn't think that she could succeed. This was way back in like the 70s and 80s, where it's like girls can't do these things. We didn't have a woman astronaut until the Challenger in, what was that, 1985? 86? I think it was 85 or 86, the Challenger. It was like, and of course, when the thing blew up, there were people around at the time. I was 10. So yeah, I don't know, whatever. It was either 85 or 86. Anyway, there were actually people who sat there and said, oh, well, it's because a woman was on board. I don't know. I was a kid. I was a preteen at the time. So I don't know how many people actually meant it. We can assume one way or the other, but just the idea that even something like that would be said, I recognize, man, that's real talk. That's real talk. I'm glad that they had her step up to, and not listen to her father in that regards. Think about every single one of us when we're about 16 years old or so. That's when we start to realize for certain that our parents don't know everything. That's when we start to rebel and things like that. Parents constantly saying, hey, you need to do this. Hey, get home. Hey, do this. It's like, you don't know everything. Stop telling me what to do. It's my life. We actually start to get that. And the idea that she refused, I almost feel like, ever since they did that Like a Girl commercial, what was that, Adidas or something like that? I don't even remember. I don't care, because they only did that for the sake of making money and trying to cash in on something. But if it did help people out, if it did empower anybody, then good. That's a really good thing. But either way, I felt like that's the whole reason why they decided, let's make this movie. Maybe it's the same reason why they did Wonder Woman, Probably. But anyway, I loved this movie. And like I said, they could have really went with the whole feminist agenda thing. They did, but it was so subtle that you'd have to be looking for it. And even then, I just don't think it's anything that a rational human being can disagree with. Your father telling you, you don't belong out here. You can't do stuff like this. You're not strong enough. You know what I'm saying? You're not one of the boys. I remember, people sitting there talking about, women's ankles are weaker than guys, so they can't run. I was on the track and field team, and there were women on the track and field team too. I would get beat by some girls. It's just the way it is. Boys are stronger than girls. Yes, in general, yes, 100% boys are stronger than girls. For the most part. There's always, anytime that you'll say, like a character like China, somebody like China, God rest her soul, and happy she's going into the Hall of Fame. There's always going to be the outliers, but it must be understood that's an outlier. But as far as I'd hear things like, oh, women have a better immune system, so they're better for staying at home, and men are better for going outside and things like that. Cute, but it's not at all true. Oh, if women jog, I used to jog a lot, and I used to be told, yeah, if you're women shouldn't jog though. Women shouldn't do heavy running and things like that, because with their boobs bouncing up and down, they can actually get breast cancer. I was young, I was impressionable, I believed that. I told women that. I told women stuff like that because I believed it. It made sense. But this is all fabrication. This is all nonsense. So, there's a lot that seeps into our heads that we don't question, and it suddenly becomes fact. So her fighting back against the power in general, I think it worked so well. I'm glad they made a movie like that. This was absolutely more empowering than Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was just a strong female lead. This was actually a good Women Can Do It Too movie, because it wasn't just Wonder Woman by any stretch of the imagination, and yes, I know about Etta Candy in the first one also, but no, this was much, much more than that. This was actually empowering. And again, it's not meant for us. We're already empowered. Guys are already empowered. You know what I'm saying? If somebody ever tells me, hey, you can't do that, they're probably going to get punched in the face. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, what? Shut up. I'm sorry. If I want your opinion, I'll squeeze it out of you. How about that? Shut up. Don't tell me what I can and can't do. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm so glad that this movie was made. Awesome movie. What is this part here? Hope Bill Maher was killed by the snap and doesn't get brought back at the end of Endgame. Mark Guerrero, kudos for that one, dude. Knights of Old, where does the Cosmic Cube go after Fury's desk? We talked about that a little bit before. Hopefully they actually do some of that. Maybe Captain Marvel Part 2. You know, why not? Thanos versus Krona. Dude, Krona. Sorry, that's not even a question. Comic Quirks double standards because ladies are looking for love and want to believe that most guys do too. Fathers don't want to see them heartbroken. Most guys are the opposite. Most ladies are looking for love. Gonna disagree with you. I studied magic, mostly Crowleyan magic, like Thelma. Not thaumaturgy, but Hermetic magic. I just studied it, you know what I'm saying? But I was a good Catholic boy when I first went into the Army. So in basic training, yeah, boom. But when I went to AIT, I wasn't able to finish infantry school right away. I had to come back to infantry school later. So I left Johnson Hall. I went down range, but then after basic was over, I was sent to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. And as a good Catholic boy, I went to Mass on Sundays, because if I didn't, and I didn't go to some kind of a church on Sundays, I was stuck cleaning the barracks. So it was the greatest reason to keep to your religion when you were in the military, going to basic and AIT. Anyhow, which is advanced individual training. So what do you call it? When I went to AIT, I met an awful lot of Wiccan girls. And because Fort Leonard Wood is mixed, Fort Benning is not. There were no women to be found, no women drill sergeants, nothing. But in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, oh yeah, lots of women. And Wiccans seem to really enjoy. According to them, they love Mass because there's so much spiritual energy there. The thing is, what do you do with that spiritual energy when you're finished? You want to have a lot of sex. All I'm saying is, no. You are not going to find every single woman who's looking for only love and blah, blah. That's simply, sorry. That's, in fact, even if you just look at the way that our sexual organs are made, no. Even evolutionary-wise, it does not compute. It simply does not compute. Sorry. I can't agree with that. Let's see. What is it? Rational human being. Those are uncommon on YouTube. Zeki Dust. I'm hoping that I can prove you wrong. At least with me. But no, I hear what you're saying. They lost a chance to do a good story about women being successful then. Daniel Labert. Define rational first. Yeah, I don't think you're talking to, I don't think you're asking me the question. I think you're asking somebody else the question. Unless I'm wrong. Just correct me if I'm wrong. Vince Yanez just recently went from reading only The Walking Dead to a 40-page count. When I'm done reading, you the man. Movie was the bomb. Good night. See you later, Vince. Have a good one. Slime. I mean the message. Oh, the message at the end was just, you're right. I am human. So even though it might be easier for women to put themselves in Captain Marvel's shoes, it can be empowering to anyone on this planet. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. Like I said earlier. We always say, you know, it's the measure of a man. We could just say human. The measure of a man is not how many times you get knocked down. It's how many times you get back up. And that was perfectly personified in this movie. This movie was nothing but love. Don't see how Wonder Woman was less empowering. She respected the men. They respected her. They drew very little attention to her sex. She was treated no differently than Batman and Superman. That's equal. Sorry, but no, that movie was done back in the 50s when women and men were not even remotely close to equal. You look at Etta Candy and what she was reduced to and things like that. When she walked into the meeting, the one general was like, listen, little lady, maybe you should go wait outside. Sorry, I don't think that you and I were watching the same movie. That was 100% different. Women were constantly being belittled in that. There was a lot of attention paid to her sex. Nothing but attention, not nothing but a whole lot of attention paid to her sex. It was in those downtime, non-action scenes. It happened a whole lot. But anyway, all that regardless, no, there was empowerment in that, or was, but I felt there was just a lot more in here. But it was also subtle. When they sat there and say things like, "Hey, little lady, I think you should sit outside," I think maybe it was downplayed a lot because, like, oh, well, that was the time. That was, actually in the 50s. No, this was World War One. Holy crap, this was in the 20s. Sorry, this was in like in the 1920s. So no, it was way earlier than that. What the hell am I thinking about? Anyway. No, we could sit there and say, oh, well, that was just at the times and things like that. Yeah, it's one way of looking at it. But anyway, okay, that group, but not related. Don't know what that means. Loki, maybe you're talking to somebody else. Don't take it weird, but your voice is soothing. I'm literally writing essays for my college and gladly listen to you. What are you studying, and what class are you writing an essay for? Zeki Dust, Wonder Woman walked the runway at no man's land. Yeah, the walk the runway. Yeah, she did look a little bit too pretty there. It's like, dude, there are bullets flying everywhere. You're supposed to be playing bullets and bracelets, or at the very least blocking with your shield. What the heck is the whole? I'm walking through here, and I just look like I said. It's Gal Gadot. That's what she knows. She's a model. She acts, but she's not an actress. You know what I'm saying? I'll talk about physics, but I'm not a physicist. You know what I'm saying? I've taken some classes. Just it was mandatory towards my degree. I don't know what else to say about that, but yeah. Anyway, so it looks like I'm at the end. And yeah, like I said, I am really freaking hungry, and I got some comic books to read. So I'm going to, in fact, just for you guys to know, you guys saw how many comics I already did. I still have these to read. And the first one, okay, that's it. Spoilers over. So, wasn't Linda Carter also a role model? Linda Carter 100% was a role model. 100% was a role model. Absolutely. But I'm talking about the Gal Gadot Wonder Woman movie, where no, she really wasn't. I know there was the attempts, but I just don't think, yeah. Anyway, I'm writing an essay on Christians in North Korea. Wow, being persecuted and killed just for their religious belief. I'm at Eastern Washington University. I didn't ask for a location, dude. Studying creative writing. Awesome. Looking forward to seeing your work in the future, dude. All right, so I am out. I am out. I'm about to get out of here. Like I said, I'm going to eat. I'm going to read some comic books, and I'm probably going to listen to some tunes. What's on my playlist? I'm thinking Queensryche. Hey, I was just in the 90s in this movie, so I think it's about time for a little, probably going to listen to Here and the Now Frontier, though. That's one of the better Queensryche albums that don't get a whole lot of play, which is a shame. That's why I'm going to play it. And then, of course, I'm going to go to Empire. Anyway, guys, so I'll talk to you later. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed. Later, guys.